Okay, stop recording and start recording. Welcome everyone on the VOD.
Welcome aboard, yeah.
Because I need to make sure they get uploaded properly.
Oh man, I'm seeing a name on here that I thoroughly enjoy. This is gonna make for some good racing.
Is it Altruit? Because Altruit's in chat. Hello to you.
It is not. It is actually. I forgot. Yes, it's Blaine Hall. I forgot his Twitch name for a second. Blaine Hall, number 72 AMG. Hasn't set a quality time. Still sitting in the pits, getting the setup ready. But he's fast. He is a fast guy. So I'm excited to see that one. Oh, we also have reigning GT3 champion Jakob Padberg, St. Louis native, just a youth, 17 years old, has not graduated high school, and he's hopefully he really wants to smoke some of these GT3 pros and hold on to his title. It looks like the even cars are going out. Excuse me, the odd cars are going out first, even cars going out second. I love this qualifying format. It gives guys enough room to set laps without having a track flooded with 46 cars. So,
yes.
Great job.
Is 3.7 miles on this track of wide open space. It tends to get clogged up very quickly, especially when there is 46 cars on track. Though during the race, we're not going to have that luxury.
Nope.
It will be all 46 on track.
We found that out at Spa, didn't we? That there's not a whole lot of time. You know, Mike and I like bouncing off each other and having a good time, but these guys do not allow a lot of BSing to happen because they know how to set some laps down.
Yeah, speaking of Wes Hepburn taking that pole position, 157.1, we're almost in the 156s.
Yeah, Wes, the Berta boy, setting a scorcher. He's a 10th faster than the Alpha Dog, Nate Lamlin. So that'll be if that stands, that'll be a fun little duke out there. But I think we got some pretty fast guys going out here in qualifying 2.
And why has your driver in Yitcow Racing not set a time yet?
You know?
Oh, because he's an even number, that's why.
Yep.
I was trying to put some pressure on him, that's all. Alright, my bad.
Yeah, no, go for it. Yeah, Brian Canapan, the Yitcows Racing Lamborghini Special Edition. Big Brian Canapan supporter in that number 40. He's going to try to earn his fast food gift card, is what I pay him in. Fun fact.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I'm loving I've got his livery downloaded this week, so you get to see those big, beautiful YCR letters.
And this is the Pan Am AMR I'm Not Pink, driven by the bearded driver himself. I'm not Jimmy.
Yep.
Coming across the line.
James Rolfe.
Up in a P21.
Taking out some brake markers.
And himself.
Driving well. Yep.
Puts an end to his qualifying. Jakob Padberg, the first even number car out on track.
And he's going to set the precedence. Of course, driving with some big shoes to fill because he won the GT3 Pro Series last season. So we'll see how he does. His teammate is Casey Schutte, who I did not see.
Casey Schutte should be out on track. Yeah, I saw his name.
Okay.
Down in P31 currently, in the Aston Martin.
444, yep. I'm also seeing a couple Lexi on the field right now. I think it's just the one Quinn Smith.
Couple Ferraris out there. One McLaren of Dalton Oxborough. 2 McLarens, excuse me, Anthony as well.
I thought Kuhn?
Oh, yeah, Aaron Kuhn as well. No, there's more. I think there's 4 or 5, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
And the McLaren really likes this track.
Yes,
so we gotta pay attention to those McLarens. It's almost built for Silverstone. It loves high-speed corners. It's gotten a little bit of a nerf recently. We've talked about it in other streams where it's a jack of all trades, master of none. Which we say a lot, but I'll repeat it again. And it can really, really fly. at Silverstone. So we'll see. We'll see how it does.
Yeah, the BMW here looking strong, taking that curbing. Sparks flying up in the rearview mirror there, showering the likes of the car behind. Pushing into the village section. Through the loop into Aintree. And out onto the Wellington Straight. It's going to be flat out all the way down to Luffield before finishing the lap. Jacob Hadberg, like Blue was saying, has some big shoes to fill. We'll see if he can manage it here in this first banker lap. Is he going to be contesting the pole position, or is he going to be a little bit further back? I have absolutely no idea, but we're about to find out. Coming through Luffield, or Woodcut Sweep, excuse me, onto the start-finish straight, and this is going to be Jakob Hadberg's benchmarker time as he comes across the line, and he invalidated.
That he did. That he did. We do see Will Cologne come in at P9, setting a 158.0. He's an even driver that did set a fast time. Currently all odd numbers, so qualifying section 1 currently beating out qualifying section 2. I would keep our eyes on Danny Bisden and Blaine Hall. Those are the two even numbers. Brandon Meyer, car number 2, coming in at P13. So a top 20 quali for the Meyer man. Matt Artem, endurance driver. 414 Audi, coming in P12. Provolone, the cheese man, P15. So these guys are starting to set some times, but...
Big curb from Blaine Hall there.
And that Mercedes, that AMG can really take it. So we'll see how much abuse he gives. He's a guy that uses all the track. And we should see some pretty hardcore racing from Blaine Hall. We didn't see him last week at Spa, but he can get the elbows out, and he can either attack or defend with the elbows out.
All right, why don't we follow along with Jakob Hadberg once more to actually see him set a lap this time?
Yeah, let's see. That Aston Martin team can't be too terribly happy that he got that first lap invalidated.
We can give some Barrera content. Where the heck is he?
Oh, Barrera is currently in the pits and he will not be qualifying. So.
Okay, well, never mind then.
The 369 FRT NSX.
Hadberg's invalidated again.
Is in P5, by the way, for those asking in chat. Ali Raza, flying private, also Tracklicious Esports driver, sitting in P7. Blaine Hall takes over that P7 spot, 157.8. The time to beat currently is a 157.1, for those wondering.
Wow. I can't believe that we have another invalidation from Jakob Hadberg. That's a lot of pressure on him to get these next laps right.
Yeah, he's got 3 minutes, so he probably has about one lap left to really set a nice one, and maybe he's just giving us some suspense, you know? Some build-up. Also, Blaine Hall returned to the pits. That 72 Mercedes, not quite right. Probably making a couple tweaks, because he's currently sitting in P7.
He's going to have to get the hurry up, though.
Yeah.
The outlap is not short on this track whatsoever. It's going to be quite the trip around Silverstone for him. Blaine Hall, though, is going to be coming back on the track, and he will have time. Glad to see that we have the manager in chat doing and he's happy. So, happy manager.
The boss?
The boss man of Barrera, yep.
Oh, I was going to say Eric the Boss Kakassian, but...
No, he's on track, isn't he?
I believe he is, yeah.
Well, he's in the pits, but...
The man, the myth, the legend.
And Danny Baisden not setting the times that we would expect from him. He's down at the bottom right now.
I believe he just participated in a 6-hour race early yesterday and maybe potentially earlier today, I believe.
Oh, so and there we go.
Could be setting a little bit of fatigue too, and yeah.
Padberg setting a lap finally comes across the line for P4.
157.4. So about 0.3 off from the FRT NSX. Kevin Blanchette coming in P7 in that 420 Aston Martin V8, not the V12. Ed Kerstetter, 949 Racing legend, the 28 Porsche sitting in P10. So I don't know. I think the odd numbers, everybody should change to odd numbers because they set some flyers.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's only one even number in the top 5. And there's only 2 even numbers in the top 10. So I think next week everybody should end in like a 1 or something.
Oh, there's 4. There's 4 in the top 10. You can't count.
888.
Mm-hmm.
And 28.
And 420 and 30.
Oh, and 420 and 30. Yeah,
and
no. Folks, hey, my name is Youremahboiblu, and I can't count. Someone can clip that and post that everywhere if they'd like.
You have permission.
I was looking at guys in the pits. I'm a silly goose.
Padberg is going to be changing to 889 next week, actually. I heard that adds a couple tenths to your car just by doing that.
I think so. I think everyone should just pick odd numbers because it is the way to go. Christian Sherrod, also known as Race Zeus, sitting in P44. Danny Bison, like you were saying, not quite the esports times, but he's been doing a lot of racing recently. So I'm thinking that 52 BMW gotten a lot of use over the last 24 to 48 hours.
Jakob Padberg actually did start another lap, did he? There's no way. Oh, he must have, though.
Yeah, he's not in the pits. Maybe trying to improve. Find that extra 0.3. He knows it's there. It's that Twinkie on the end of the stick that we were talking about in the Porsche Cup race. Maybe he can find that pace to challenge the Berta Boy and the Alpha Dog. He's only 0.2 away from Nate Lamlin. So
Mike Burkhoff currently sitting down in P30, jumps up to P23 at the end there.
Yeah, Casey Schutte jumping up into P11, so nice job there. Can't wait to see George Schutte, Casey Schutte's kiddo in this series eventually, probably smoking his dad.
Yeah. George Schutte has shown to dabble in the likes of the sim racing. We haven't seen him recently, but...
He did the Monday Night Rookie Series. I ran into him.
That's right, you did.
I definitely did run into him, and I felt bad about it.
Provolone in chat. Stinky Cheese Man himself.
Yeah, of course, all of these races brought to you by Sargento, thanks to Jason Provolone.
I don't know if you saw, Blue, but during yesterday's Assetto Corsa race, with the... Oh, I'm sorry. My mind just totally drew a blank.
During the Assetto Corsa race yesterday, Sargento...
Yeah, I'm just trying to... I'm sorry, I forgot the community name. I'm so sorry.
Plebeian Racing?
Plebeian Racing, thank you.
Yep. Sure thing. That's what I'm here for.
And
Padberg, definite signs of frustration. I think he was up on his time and he cranked it, so he decided to kiss the wall a little bit.
Matt R., thank you for the follow. But yesterday they had at Road America, they actually have a Sargento cheese sponsor board.
Were you thinking about Jason Provolone the whole time?
I was thinking about you the whole time, actually. But
that's, I think about you a lot too, Mike. All right, let's meet the drivers.
All righty, getting into the grid rundown, we have the 501 car here. Oop, wait, there we go. 501 car starting in P1, the Honda. One of the only Hondas in the top 5, or the only Honda in the top 5. We have Nate Lamlin lining up, and then Big Alpha Dog Nate lining up in P2, number 11 car, Marc-Antoine Landry in P3, the 711. We have the 888 of Jakob Padberg in P4, Eric Chen in P5. Estefano Barrera, we got some love for Estefano in chat. The Colombian, he is going to be starting in that 6th slot, 6th fastest in qualifying. Kevin Blanchett in P7. We have Ed Kerstetter in P8, Ollie Raza in P9, Danny Baisden in P10, Ricardo Rivera in P11. Casey Schutte bringing up that 12th slot, Blaine Hall qualifying in the 13th. Joseph Kostovich in 14th, Gage Gonzalez bringing up 15th grid slot. Will Collin in P16, Matt Arteam in P17, Bruno Pio in P18, Bronson Turner in P19, Ross Fallon bringing up that 20th slot in the number 55 Lamborghini. We have Quinn Smith in Alexis in P21, Jason Provolone, the Cheeseman himself in P22. We have Mike Burkhoff bringing up the 23rd slot, Brian Canapan in P24, the Yitkow Racing Specialist. Jeremy Engelman, 747 Flying Private. He's going to be qualified in that P25 slot. Aaron Kuhn in P26. Dalton Oxborough bringing up the 27th grid slot. Carlos Guzman in P28. Al Schlieder in P29. Kenneth Smith in P30. Jose Guzman bringing up the 31st slot. Andre Mostachero in P32. Eric Gossian in P33. Ismael Kobus in P34. Jelson Cruz bringing up the 35th slot. TJ washed up Squid himself in P36. Jace Wright in P37. I'm Not Jimmy in P38. Rocky Rocco in P39. Professor Cronotis in P40. DeMarcus Rogers in P41. Terry Agoras in P42. George Elmer in P43. Christian Sherrod in P44. Delvin Anthony in P45. And bringing up the back of the grid, starting in the pits, is going to be Brandon Meyer, who unfortunately was having some lag issues earlier. And that brings down our entire grid.
Nice, and with 13 seconds left to spare, Mike.
I got that through that way quicker than I thought.
Yeah, we got to
draw it out a little bit more. Wait, why do we have?
Yeah,
oh.
I was looking at that too. That's why I paused. There's quite a bit of penalties getting handed out right now. 20 seconds for Danny Baisden, Artem with 20 seconds, Pio with 10 seconds, Fallon with 10.
Those are, I would imagine, previous race penalties.
I believe so. Yeah.
Just definitely, that we weren't in the.
We were not in the driver's briefing.
Yeah.
We were busy commentating very, very fun Porsche Cup cars.
Yes, indeed.
So we weren't having to deal with the seriousness of the other race briefing.
That's what happens when you have incidents, unfortunately.
Yep, and of course, the big thing with these guys is going to be lap 1. We saw some really gnarly stuff happen lap 1 at Spa, which we do not want to repeat. Big incident going up Eau Rouge Raidillon in race 1 at Spa, and then the Blanchimont section of race 2. So I think the fist coming down a little bit for this series, because these guys are very good and they do know how to drive. So I'm expecting some pretty serious racing tonight.
Yeah, and the other thing with Silverstone compared to Spa is that there's a lot more runoff area. It's a lot easier to not make contact with someone, a lot flatter.
It's a very wide track.
Yes, so hopefully we will see some decent collision avoidance, or no collisions at all, ideally. But you know,
that's the dream. That's the dream. I think guys will get, competitiveness, get a little argy-bargy, maybe trade a little paint here and there, rub together, but really want to try to keep serious contact to a minimum, of course. And this series was so competitive last week. It is competitive. We saw qualifying. Guys are separated by 4 or 5 tenths. They're all setting 57s. I could dream of a 57 and still probably wouldn't hit it. So these guys are fast. They know what they're doing. I'm pumped. Silverstone's going to be fun.
Yeah, no, for sure. This is going to be quite the race indeed. We'll see what
Except
your driver
down in P24. Jesus, Brian. Look
Canapan.
at that beautiful livery, though. The big YCR letters. I'm sorry, I'm fangirling a little bit.
Fangirling over your own team.
Yeah, three-time esports podium sitter. Brian Canapan, everybody.
It's a statistic he can brag to his children about.
Yeah, and he won Box 3 NA Cup. I still owe him a trophy. It's been a little while. Sorry, Brian.
Cheese gang, provolone, yes, indeed.
The Sargento faithful. Also, we didn't have many commentators curse in the Porsche Cup, so of course that's going to change for this one, right?
It was only a 35-minute race.
That's true. We do have an hour and a half mandatory pit stop. I believe it is the same as the Porsche Cup, correct?
Yes,
It's a 25-second mandatory fuel or tires.
No, 25-second fuel and 5 seconds additional for tires.
Yes, that's what I mean. Or I said or tires. Or.
Yeah.
They could take tires and then it would add 5 seconds, making it 30. Standard pit stop.
Yes.
I think
good.
they're lining up though.
They still got a ways to go though. But yes, they are.
I'm trying to goat you into saying that a little early.
I'm never you can't.
Hey man, it's always worth a shot. Let's
We
get it
say
started
Andreas
for lap 1.
Borchers is the machine. I'm the machine when it comes to that. We'll see here. Wes Hepburn leading us away from pole position here at Silverstone. This is going to be the GT3 Pro Series at brought to you by Trackalicious. It's going to be one of the most exciting races I think I'm going to be looking forward to all season. So let's see here. Wes Hepburn lining up 2x2 nose arc formation in the front as we get ready to go green here at Silverstone, and we're racing, and it's a great start from Wes Hepburn. Nate Lamlin's going to have to tuck in behind him, but side-by-side action from behind Youremahboiblu, getting a move done on the inside of him from Eric Chen. Eric Chen makes some contact, and they end up staying on track, both of them, luckily. But we're going to go side-by-side. I don't think either one of them is going to yield clearly, and they make more bumping and banging. These two, no love shown whatsoever from either of them, and the Lexus is off, or that's a Bentley, excuse me, rejoining the track in the middle of this, and is going to get swamped by a few of the drivers. Youremahboiblu under some massive pressure from Estefano Barrera behind.
Yeah, nice work going through Sector 1, but man, lots of contact between Eric Chen and Youremahboiblu getting the elbows out, not happy with that P4, but did he have to take it out on poor Eric Chen? That 69 Bentley, they come in this nice, tight little chicane here. This is looking a heck of a lot better than Spa. Loving it, guys. This is tight. This is great racing. Look at these guys go. Wow.
Estefano did manage to sneak by Youremahboiblu there. We see Danny Beisden going side by side with the Ricardo Rivera. No, that's Ollie Raza. Ollie Raza's off on the escape road, though, and he's going to be looking to rejoin the track through the grass. That's a really sketchy place to rejoin. Oh, my goodness.
Ay, Dios mío. Yeah, that was, he just lost control of the Aston there.
And we're 3 wide into the, not club section, this is the village section.
Wow. These guys are battling out on border right now with car number 40 of Brian Canapan in that special edition Lambo going through Sector 3 here. Look at how close these guys are battling it out.
And they're too close momentarily. Joseph Kostovich.
Nice. That's a good save by Gage, who's about to go wide, as I think him and Kosti made contact.
Yes, they did. Joseph Kostovich ended up in the back there of the Honda momentarily, and we see some side-by-side action from Will Collin and Casey Schutte. Casey Schutte down the inside. And wide goes Collin. That's going to give the opportunity to Casey. He will have the inside line, well, the outside line followed up by the inside line. Will he yield, though? Does look like, well, okay, never mind. Will Collins off the track and yields the position. Okay.
Yeah, at that point, again, another spot. We saw Ollie Raza, I believe it was Ollie Raza, lose the Aston later on, but it was Eric Chen that went off. That's who I was thinking of in the Bentley. That sector, if you don't want to make contact, like we said early on, there's a lot of room to move here. So Will Cologne having a bit of an issue. It's Collin. It's pronounced Collin.
Okay.
I think that's how you're pronouncing it. So
I don't know.
I'm putting too much pizzazz into it with Cologne.
I'm just guessing.
But, oh man, what a move by Youremahboiblu! But he has to take the he's got to take the escape road as well. he was about to make a pass on Barrera. Oh, Blaine Hall going the wrong way on the track. Yellow flags out for Blaine Hall.
Oh, and we're going to see the move.
What happened there?
Jason Provolone under some pressure from Carlos Guzman and Niles Schleter. Jason Provolone currently going backwards. Started in P22, down 2 positions, and under massive threat right now.
Yeah, and bad news for the Mercedes, the 72 Mercedes, I believe it was, of Blaine Hall. Catches a curb, gets a little bump by an NSX, I think that was Gage Gonzalez, and ends up dropping quite a few positions, unfortunately, for Blaine Hall.
Danny Baisden to make a move here on Eric Chen. Danny Baisden, unfortunately, with that 20-second penalty picked up from last race.
Whoa. Yeah, and just diving right underneath of Eric Chen in that Bentley. The Bentley decently strong here, likes the high-speed corners as well that we were talking about with the McLaren. And I'm riding on board with Jakob Padberg. Nate Lamlin currently setting the fastest lap at a 1:58.3. So he's about a 10th quicker than our leader, the Berta boy, in the FRT NSX Wes Hepburn.
Yeah,
Take a look at this. They're so close together. This is so cool.
Ooh, Will Collin and Matt Artium going at it with you. I think Matt just got by.
Yeah, the 414 just zipping right around, but Will in that 48 Aston not giving it up easy.
Oh, he's going to have the inside line here. Luckily, though, he does yield.
Yeah, and that could have ended bad, but look at right behind him is Ali Raza, and then right behind them is Ross Fallon. So
yeah.
Nice little... right behind them is Bruno Pio. So nice little battle there between those four. And currently, the biggest loser that I have right now is Blaine Hall, who's down 28 positions.
Oof.
According to the guys in the truck, Ollie Rozit down 7. Professor Kernotis getting some homework done. He's up 9 positions into P32.
Yeah, very nice from him. And then also 9 positions from Christian Sherrod as well.
A nice job there by Race Zeus. And there's just this nice little pack between P28 and P38. 10 positions.
Oh, what was that? That was Professor Kernotis. The professor is facing the wrong way.
Sargento Commentators Curse Counters won this race. We were just talking about him. Was that assisted?
I think that's Eric Gakassian right there in the number 5 car. I'm Not Jimmy makes contact with Kernotis.
Sherrod
sends him wide.
And Christian Sherrod is wide. No! Sherrod didn't hold his brakes, loses control of the Ferrari, and cranks into I'm Not Jimmy, I believe. DeMarcus Rogers also going out, and same with Rocky Rocco. Wowzers. That was a hit.
Oh, yes, that was I'm Not Jimmy. Rocky Rocco getting involved in that, and a few others as well. Wow.
And Christian Sherrod and I'm Not Jimmy having some other race incidences in low fuel motorsports together, so the rivalry is not dead between those two. I can assure you that.
Hopefully there are no Discord messages afterwards.
And Wes Hepburn setting fastest time right now, 1:57.9. So he's almost to his quali time. He's about a second off quali time. I believe he did a 1:56. So.
Oh, some bumping and banging there. Jose Guzman and Aaron Kuhn. Aaron Kuhn on the outside.
A little argy-bargy, and we were expecting that, right? These guys are battling for positions, are battling
Jason
for
Provolone's
points.
facing the wrong way.
Oh, no. That's suboptimal. Let's see what happened there.
This looks like it's all on his lonesome.
Yeah, I think it was solo. Did he put a little too much nacho cheese into the gas pedal? He did.
Forgot to brake. Or at least brake on time.
Just missed the marker a little bit. It happens to the best of us, Jason. Don't worry.
Oh,
Eric
man.
Eric Kikoski going a little wide, using all of the track. That is one of the sim racing tips that they always tell you, is to use all of the track.
If you paid for the track, you might as well use it.
Yeah. He paid for the whole game. He's going to use the whole game. And Joseph Kostovich also spun around. Was that assisted? I think that was solo. Representing 949 in the 949 Ferrari.
Oh, no. Well, now that Jason Provolone has spun, half of our viewer base has gone down.
Oh, poor Provi. Provi is the reason that we're here. Look at this pack between 20 and 18. Also, kudos to Brian Canapan, Yitkow's special edition Lambo driver, sitting up in P18.
Oof, Eric Kikoski taking the alternate line and getting swamped as a result there. Andreas Mastachero down the inside here. Hopefully we don't see contact. The BMW, well, they're both BMWs.
Yep, BMW and BMW, but Mastachero not taking any prisoners, and there was a car.
TJ washed.
TJ washed.
Oh, this looks like he's all on his lonesome. What happened to TJ, the washed up squid himself? This looks like maybe too much curb. Oh, he's already starting to slide, and you can see that back end start to go. He almost saves it.
Man, we got Matt Artyom and Bronson Turner making contact. Bronson Turner going for a move on the inside, and Matt Artyom just clips him, sending Artyom into a Beyblade-type formation, and he's going to have to wait a little while to rejoin.
Unfortunate. Oh, and now that Jason Provolone is no longer our fan favorite is going to be Niall Leroy Brown Schleter.
Yeah, Big Bad Leroy Brown, as he's known, the Denver native, trying to hunt down Guzman there, but that pink and black Aston not giving him a whole lot of opportunity. Look at how it is so funny watching the difference.
Brian Canapan.
Oh, Brian, no.
You're gonna need to be looking for a new driver soon, I think.
You know.
Oh my God! And he collects Niall Schleter.
I am gonna have to look for a new driver. Oh, Brian Canapan cranking into the 37.
Chat!
Let's watch that back.
Chat, stop liking drivers.
Yeah, they keep dying.
Brian, oh my God. You're going to need to have a serious word. Luckily, we have the team principal's reaction live here.
Yeah, that we do. Oh, man. Yeah, Brian Canapan in the 40 Special Edition YCR Lambo. Making Yitkow's look really good, Brian. I really appreciate that. Wes Hepburn still with that 57.9 is our fastest lap. Let's try to change the subject as fast as possible. Currently sitting in P3 is the 11 BMW of the Alpha Dog Nate Lamlin, who is almost a Yitkow's driver.
Might see a new addition to the Yitkow's Lamborghini team.
Almost, yeah. Ed Kerstetter, former 949, current 949 driver. He is going to overtake Jakob Padberg. I think we're going to do that every time we say his name, aren't we?
Oh, yes, obviously.
And look at this nice little pack here between P5 and P10. Ricardo Rivera trying to hunt down Danny sorry, Danny. Danny Bisden. Pretty, I was going to say pretty good driver. He's a really good driver.
That's a bit of an understatement, yeah.
Yes, it is. Racing for SOP Esports. He is really, really solid. Has provided quite a bit of coaching for myself, just randomly. Carbon in Twitch chat. Funny story about Danny, little anecdote. As he tries to fend off Ricardo Rivera and hunt down Eric Chen. He's a big Jaguar guy. He likes memeing around in the Jag. And he would smoke my lap times, and he makes contact. Big contact.
Oh, even bigger contact.
Oh, no.
And that puts Ricardo Rivera around, too.
Man. And, who was that Aston? Was that Blanchette?
The 420?
It was Blanchette. Yeah, the 420 Blanchette. Oh, he caught the curb. Oh,
man.
And Danny Byston cranking right back into... I think that was a correction. I don't think that was on purpose.
No, it definitely... It just snapped on him.
Yeah. When you go airborne, I don't think that was on purpose. But Gage Gonzalez in a showroom new NSX is just he's just doing the classic Midwest. Oh, I'm gonna squeak right past you here, and he's gone for the Puerto Rico E-Racing Club as he watched his teammate Ricardo Rivera get cranked, and Danny Byston
no surprises.
Is going to the pits.
Yeah, no surprises comes in. Kevin Blanchette getting collected in that. Also in the pits, Ed Kerstetter looking to make some side-by-side action with Estefano Barrera.
Yeah, and Barrera going to have to put up some serious defense. We've seen what Kerstetter can do in these kind of situations. We saw it at Spa. We saw it in the qualifying race at Suzuka. He's going to really have to turn it on because Barrera is pretty good. He's decent, I guess. You know, he back-to-back podiums, a win. You know, he's okay.
He's got a little bit of talent.
A little bit here and there.
Here we go. Ollie Raza into Stowe, looking to make a move on to Casey Schutte, and I think he might get it done.
Yeah, Aston on Aston. Look at how close they're racing. You love to see it.
Going to be the unfavorable line here for Ollie Raza, but he's going to have the racing line, which will force the 444 onto a bit of an awkward line, but the 444 is freaking gone.
Yeah, that was a great exit. Kept the grip for Papa Schutte there and nails it, and Ollie Raza just backed out of that move. Maybe he's waiting for something else to come up. But yeah, as you were saying, he was on the wrong side of the road there. And we saw that in the P-Cup race, too. If you don't, especially in that corner specifically, you don't get quite the right line, it doesn't quite work out for you.
Yeah, and checking out here with Bruno Pio in the AMG, he's got a 10-second penalty, and he's very close behind Bronson Turner.
Yeah, and Stooch Racing got to be pretty happy with their two drivers right now, Aaron Kuhn and Bronson Turner. The McLaren likes it here, right, Mike? So
absolutely.
We'll see how they do. Turner, of course, no penalty applied to him. Bruno Pio trying to make it as many places as possible to try to offset that penalty. Of course, interesting penalty system. I did not realize that the penalties would be applied to the next race. I thought they would just be applied to the standings. So, interesting. Adds some tension, adds some strategery.
Ollie Raza still making gains here on Casey Schutte. Hasn't made the overtake yet. Somehow.
They've stayed nice and close and cuddly, exchanged phone numbers, but haven't quite made the date for coffee unless it's coming up here for Ollie Raza.
Oh, and that's a big
on the
send.
brakes. Way later on the brakes by Ollie Raza. He's got to keep that grip, maintain that grip. That is a racing move there by Ollie Raza. Nice job, buddy.
Absolutely. What a send. That's an impatient send, but nonetheless, it was completely clean and calculated.
You know what? I don't think it was impatient. I think that was a little bit more methodical than we're anticipating here, because he waited for the move.
Dalton Oxborough, the other Stooch Racing car, making gains on Jeremy Engelman here, but also having a look in the rearview mirror of to see Kenneth Smith. Going to be quite the challenge for him. We'll see what the Stooch Racing McLaren can manage. I do actually want to take a look back. We see Eric Gakassian in a fight with another Stooch Racing car.
Is that Kuhn or Turner? That is Kuhn.
It's Kuhn.
Yeah, Kuhn, Mostachero right in front of them as well. Eric the Boss Gakassian having to fend off Kobus. He's going for the outside move. Interesting.
That was more of an offensive-defensive move where he kind of just filled the track up just so we didn't see Ismail make a move.
Trying to maybe goat Kobus into making a move on the inside. But now he's got the inside line here. Not quite going to happen. Maintaining pace with the Stooge Racing McLaren, though. And he's going to nail it.
Gets it done into Woodcut Sweep, though. Carrying that momentum. They might... Wow, actually, the Stooge Racing McLaren, we're going to see some 3-wide action here down the start-finish straight, potentially.
Yeah. Kubis and Gakassian making a little bit of contact. Gakassian running Kubis a little wide.
Kubis kind of running himself wide.
Yeah, I think that was maybe a combo of both, but Kubis giving a little bit of a, hey, what's up, hello flash to Eric the Boss Gakassian.
And Eric makes contact with Aaron Kuhn and absolutely murders him, sends him off into the stratosphere.
Yeah, launched into the sun goes the Stooge Racing McLaren. Well,
I don't know if that was Eric's fault or not, honestly. I just said it because it's Eric, but let's see.
That's hard driving.
That did look like Eric's fault.
Yeah,
that's honestly neat. I don't know if that's either.
Ooh.
I mean, that's hard to tell from that, at least.
That's a hard battle, and Gakassian is actually going to lose the position to Kubis. So P26 going to the number 7 AMG. Estefano Barrera hunting down Nate Lamlin. I'm liking this battle between P3 and P7. It is a duke-out session right now. You got some all-stars in here. Lamlin, Barrera, Kerstetter, Padberg. Eric Chen wanting to become a household name for us, so let's see how he does.
Yeah, I'm currently following along with Jose Guzman a little bit further down, but no, let's go up there. Let's take a look. Ed Kerstetter. Why did Estefano just go by Ed? I think that was just a visual glitch thing. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that FRT NSX team has just got to be absolutely thrilled with the performance of these two guys. Now, Barrera, of course, P1 and P2, or excuse me, got P2 and P1 at Spa last week, with Hepburn getting a P1 and P2. It's kind of funny that they just flip-flopped podium positions. I was talking with Wes and Estefano and asking, was there team orders there? And Wes, they told me, no. Barrera had pace, and it was just kind of like, all right, go for it. You got it. And Wes Hepburn humbly took a P2. So
fair enough.
Yeah, Nate Lamlin's going to have some work to do. He's 3 seconds away from Marc-Antoine Landry, and he's got some serious pressure coming from the 369, the 28, the 888, and the 69. Nice.
I'm Not Jimmy is in the pits.
Of course, suffering some damage from the shared crank.
Rocky Rocco as well, getting collected in that earlier, and we see a slide from the car in front of him.
Ooh, I believe that was Jelson Cruz.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Both SFR GT drivers. Jelson Cruz just losing control of that Porsche. That was weird.
Yeah,
it is the Porsche, though.
Forced into a bit of an error from Rocky Rocco. Rocky Rocco, though, is getting forced into an error himself now from DeMarcus Rogers. This is a battle for P39.
And I think that keeps it that Aston is a little beat up, too, so...
Ooh, this battle is way heating. Sorry, but this is Eric Chen. This is getting to be pretty intense.
I haven't taken the screen off of these guys because they're ridiculous right now. I'm loving every second of it. At K-Pax Racing, Bentley really duking it out. Jakob Padberg, the St. Louis native, channeling his inner battle hawk here. Let's see if he can make a move on Barrera. Just coming down the inside line. Oh man,
clean
staples it. But Barrera's right there. Look at that.
I don't think he's going to have it back, though, just yet. Jakob Hadberg's going to be able to carry that onto the gravel.
Great defense by Padberg, too. He's really trying to hold off Barrera. The only downside is that it's just giving Eric Chen more time to get up there and catch up to them. So
Eric Chen's kind of going in reverse right now.
He is falling back.
these two keeping up the battle, but Eric Chen, well, he's kind of sticking with him now again. He's just kind of
down. He's down 2 positions from where he qualified. But if I'm Eric Chen, I'm happy to be battling with these guys. You know, just being amongst. He's getting a lot of screen time right now too.
Through the final turn complex once more they go. Complete their 12th lap here. Hour and 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go.
Yeah, 90-minute endurance race. Last week we had a 30 and 45 doubleheader. I believe that's going to be the setup for next week too. So.
Yep, as it does swap every week.
Makes things fun. Makes things interesting for the drivers for sure. Of course, this is every Sunday. We've got the Rookie League every Monday. Thursday night is GT3, GT4 swap series, which is fun. And Mike Nause does it all, don't you, buddy?
I do. You're here with me for a lot of it, but yes.
I am. I'll be driving the Monday Rookie Series. Ooh, Bruno Pio. I'm on board with Bruno here. He's looking for some blood in the water on Bronson Turner. Thankfully, not in that Hardee's car. I could go for a Hardee's burger right now.
Dude,
so.
I'm really hungry.
Should we talk about Hardee's some more then? Maybe
No.
some nice melty cheese. Oh, some nice thick meat patties. That's what I'm all about, man.
What I'm literally having for dinner after this is a burger, but yes.
Probably
Bruno,
made by Chef Mike.
by a Chef Mike.
Yeah.
Not me, but yes.
A look at Bruno Pio hunting down Bronson Turner. Gonna maybe try the inside line, but it's gonna set him up for the wrong side. Oh, and catching that curbing on the outside there just kind of slows you down a little bit, and Brian Canapan
backs out.
Yeah, he does, and that was a smart move. He's made contact previously, doesn't want any more heat on him, and that flying private Aston went a little wide behind them. Not quite what you want to see. And another Stooge Racing. Yeah, that's Oxborough trying to make that stick as they hit up the Wellington straight here. But nice little three-way battle here. Oh, and the speed of that AMG.
Yeah, that is where the McLaren lacks, is in straight line speed, but there it is where the advantage is in the corner, into the braking zone of those higher speed corners, managing just to keep it ahead.
Getting his elbows out, a little bit of contact, Rubbin's racing, boys. Oh, man, Canapan making a little bit of a love tap with Bruno Pio, letting him know he's there, not getting him off the hook so easy.
Yitcow Racing Lamborghini doing what it can to keep up. Ooh, Dalton Oxborough is off. This looks like potentially a technical difficulty or something.
Yeah, I think either an ECU, maybe an ICU issue for Oxborough, towed straight back to the pits.
Yeah, that seems like a potential retirement due to technical failure.
That's a bummer. But Stooge Racing, they've got 3 cars. I was going to say 3 cars on the board. Like I'm playing a board game. But they got 3 cars on the track right now. And this is a little bit of a chess match, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. But so far, they've managed to keep pretty spread out. Niall Schlieder, holy smokes, almost going into the side of Eric Gakossi, and both of these two have been tangled up in a couple collisions so far. Niall Schlieder got... Oh, no, and they get tangled up again!
Oh, Eric going a little wide, but you got to think if you're Niall Schlieder, you're a little frustrated with the contact that was made earlier. Eric Gakossi, his contact wasn't nearly as bad, but of course Niall Schlieder and Brian Canapan coming together earlier. Niall Schlieder maybe overdriving a little bit, maybe.
We'll see. I mean, it's hard to say.
Wow.
Oh no! And Eric Gakossi going into the side of Matter Team, and then Niall Schlieder avoiding the contact.
Oh.
What is going on, Eric the boss?
Oh,
on
great
the
driving by Niall
car.
Schlieder, though.
Smokes.
Oh, camera guy.
Go back and check that out.
Let's see. Oh, just a little too late on the brakes, but great avoidance there.
Exo Killer, welcome. Yes, this is an American stream.
Yes, full on. We got quite a bit of talent from all over the world, though.
Yeah, we do.
We got UK, Colombia, Brazil.
Ooh, look at this racing.
Yeah, I'm on board with these guys right now. Eric Chen trying to outdrive Estefano Barrera at Fusion Racing Team, losing another position, and Eric Chen nailing that overtake right there. And I think they're going to be coming up to some lap traffic here as well.
Yep, Hall will be coming up. Looks like not quite the pack of lap traffic, just a couple drivers.
Just one, yep. And a sour race for Blaine Hall as we see him as part of that lap traffic. Gets roughed up a little bit, has a bit of an incident, not a great quali. I talked him up a lot, so thanks, Blaine, making me look bad.
And thank you, Exo Killer, for the follow and the hydrate as well. And also, I think I missed these earlier, but oh man, so side-by-side action. This is why I missed it.
Oh.
We got some bumping and banging between Ed Kerstetter and Nate Lamlin. Big alpha dog Nate down a position to Ed Kerstetter there.
Yeah, just interesting that he just almost let him take it. Didn't want to get too tangled up.
There is an hour left in this race, and maybe Nate Lamlin can already see the writing on the walls. I mean, yeah, Ed Kerstetter is lapping about 7/10 of a lap faster.
I think Nate might be running a little heavy as far as fuel goes, but as I was talking earlier, a guy that really tries to hone his craft, so interesting that he didn't get the elbows out a little bit there with Kerstetter.
And thank you.
Right behind him, too.
Regarded Fawn for the follow. Thank you, DC or D Collins Racing, and thank you, Short Shifter.
Hey, D Collins, part of the GT4 rookie class, and part of Noobs R Us as well. So shout out to D Collins.
Jakob Padberg with a drive-through penalty already this early on in the race.
That's track limits, and you got to be careful with the track limits here, because in some places they're more lenient than in other corners. So, and he is. You can tell he's pushing it. He is pushing it, but
yeah, picking up a drive-through penalty that early on is never what you want to see.
Now, luckily, it is early on, right? So
yes and no.
Yeah, it's a double. Obviously, it's a penalty in general. You don't want a penalty, so.
Ah, yes, very very hydrated. Let's hydrate up.
I thought you were saying yes to my very very Captain Obvious sentence. No. You don't want to take a penalty. Penalty's bad.
A very true statement.
Too true.
But I am hydrating. In fact, I'm going to hand it over to you for 1 sec, okay?
Oh, you are a gem of a man. Thank you. We're going to go on board with Bruno Pio here. Bruno Pio trying to hunt down the Stooge Racing McLaren right in front. The P4, not the P14, excuse me. He's in P19, the 14 Mercedes AMG. Really gunning for the back end of Bronson Turner. These guys have been going at it for a good several laps now, and it's just back and forth, back and forth. You can almost see in the picture-in-picture, Bruno Pio lost a little bit of grip, not quite the greatest exit for Pio. Of course, having a time penalty. Brian Canapan right behind him. 2/10 behind him, actually. And Canapan running a 1:59.8, where Bruno Pio just lapped at an invalid 2-minute flat. As they go through the S's here of Silverstone. Of course, next week, we'll be doing this all over again at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, whatever it is, because we just had the switch over, the spring forward, if you will, as we do in the States here. Brian Canapan looking for the inside. He thought about it, made a little bit of a tease. Still there. The tease is still there. not going to quite come to fruition. You see in the rear view mirror of Bruno Pio that Lambo front end gunning for that Mercedes AMG. Not quite happening for Brian Canapan as we go on board with him. Still looking at the rear end of Bruno Pio, Bronson Turner, trying to hunt down Carlos Guzman. And at one point in time, they were a lot closer. And the McLaren on the brakes is really solid. I don't drive it a lot, but I know that it is very, very solid. Thank you, Exo Killer, for the compliment. This is really, really fun racing. This is the top 50 drivers qualified for this. So you had to have a 104% qualification at Suzuka, I believe it was. And then we did a doubleheader 30 by 30 race at Suzuka, and that's how you qualified essentially. So this is some of the better guys driving right now.
Oh, and here we go. Speaking of better driving, Ismail Kobus, the other Pigeon Racing car, had a look there on Andreas Mastachera, but Andreas manages to fend it off for now.
Yeah, and the No Name, I believe it's No Name, or like the Coconut Experience.
Coconut Sensation.
Coconut Sensation. Thank you. Coconut Experience would be pretty good too. Take some notes, Mastachera. Just sticking it out, playing defense, and doing a good job. Alrighty, Mike, it's all yours.
Okay. And we have, as well, the likes of Professor Kenotis a bit further back. He has managed to reel in Terry Agoras. Ooh, a little late on the brakes, though. That's going to compromise his run into Maggots and Beckett's potentially here. Oh, but never mind. Terry, looking a little slow compared to Kenotis. Last lap lapping 2 seconds slower than Professor. Kenotis ended up getting spun a little bit earlier, which unfortunately, no one wants to see. And we'll see if he can manage to keep this pressure up, get the overtake done relatively soon. Looking a bit further up, Joseph Kostovich and Quinn Smith, two very fast drivers coming at each other right now. This is for P13. It's 2:30 a.m. for you? Oh my goodness, what are you doing? Don't you got work? Or school? Monday tomorrow, man. But thank you for being here, much appreciated. Happy to have you here nonetheless, so. Eric Chen in the Bentley is hunting down the Alpha Dog Nate. Nate Lamlin looking a little off pace. I say that and he's lapping 159.5, which is ridiculous for race pace. Friday for you? Mixed. You actually just like... Oh, you fried my brain temporarily. Makes sense. Then Bentley with a look. Thinks better of it, though. Not ready to go into the side of Nate Lamlin like that. I don't blame him. But gaining so much, that Bentley, so much more confident under braking here. Nate Lamlin, though, doing what he can to stay ahead for right now. We'll see Quinn Smith a bit further back, battling with the likes of Ross Phelan in the 55 Lamborghini here. That sucks, Banshee. Did you get disconnected both races? Alrighty, well there you go, Exo, fair enough. Happy to have you here then. I know there's some crazy EU nuts like you guys. Kyle Hampshire, who is not in this race. Is he? Where's Kyle? Thought he was.
Kyle is not in the race. Kyle and the tracklicious BMW that he was driving bounced out of the series, but he is still probably one of the better supporters. He is in chat 100%, and he actually, as I was saying earlier in the P Cup race, he and Ali Raza slayed it in the SRA 5 Hours of Imola event, getting a W. Like an 04 election, baby. Nothing but a W.
Getting a W through a disconnect as well.
Yeah, dealing with some ECU and some electrical issues in that M4, but nice job there by the Tracklicious Esports team of Ali Raza and Kyle Hampshire. He really wanted me to mention that. He really wanted me to throw that in there, and I was glad to do so. But real life stuff came up, so he was not able to race today. So
yeah, Banshee, I feel you. That sucks, man.
Yeah, and we don't get to see your sweet livery too.
True.
So Brandon's got a really, really cool livery on that number 2 Aston Martin.
Ooh. I'm not Jimmy.
Ooh.
That's lapped. Never mind.
Ooh.
I thought it was for position. I
just love when you see a battle. You're ooh.
I don't know how else to. It's look, like I said, I don't put a filter. I don't put a filter on this. There is no filter here.
And we 48 of Will Collin trying to hunt down Papa Shooty, Casey Shooty, in the 444 Aston Martin, little Aston Martin on Aston Martin violence.
Ooh, listen
Look
to
at Eric
this
Chen.
Oh, whoa. That was a really late call to go into the pits from Eric Chen. I think that was him just doing opposite to what Nate Lamlin was going to do.
And making sure that he doesn't get the drive-through penalty and the brakes right before the sign. The thing with Eric, the thing I love about Eric, only Bentley on the track. He's the lone Bentley. Whoa, who was that?
It was a back marker, Blaine Hall.
The rough race continues for Alteroot, also known as Blaine Hall.
Blaine Hall, this is his first race in a long time, he said, so understandable. I mean, you know, yeah, and he just loses it all on his own there, unfortunately, but keeps out of the barrier, so continues on down in P34. In front of Jason Provolone, in fact. Stinky Cheese Man himself in that 747 Flying Private by Jet Engelman.
Yeah, I'm currently watching Quinn Smith in one of the Lexi on track try to hunt down Ross Phelan. And Phelan in that 55 Special Edition Lambo. He's trying to seek a position bump. Still in the top 10 for Ross Phelan. But he's trying to be P9, and Will Collin is duking it out with Casey Shooty. So nice little entanglement here between these four guys. Not too terribly far off. Colin, excuse me. Colin.
It's
probably happens all the time. I apologize, Will. He's gunning for Casey Shooty right now. I'll screw up Casey's names too, I guess, every once in a while.
How?
I have no idea.
I haven't heard you mess up Casey's name.
No, I will. I mean, I will at some point, but there he goes. 48 Aston Martin of Will Colin. We gotta get these guys to fill out that form so we get the phonetic pronunciation. But yeah, nice job there as Gage Gonzalez steps into the pits. Ricardo Rivera, the other Puerto Rican esports racing driver.
You're right, I do that a lot.
What was that? Yeah, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. No, it's good. We should make a compilation of every time that Mike and I go,
You really don't want to see that.
Oh man, that would be great. But look at TJ Washed. TJ Washed in that 949 rusty Ferrari, that 488. He's hunting down Elmer, who just got out of the P Cup and right into the RCF GT3. I love that car.
Yes, we know.
I know. Every week.
Every time we see Alexis.
Hey, man. Hey. You know, if you saw your celebrity crush every single time, you'd say the same thing. And Barrera overtaking, that was a back marker.
Awful felful. I mispronounced
No, it
that.
wasn't.
But thank you very much for the gifted subscription, gifting a sub to the Wet Sox.
Let's go. It's Awful Falafel, by the way. Which
Falafel.
It is tier 1 Twitch name. Awful Falafel. And Barrera overtaking Gage Gonzalez, and he made it look, I thought it was a back marker, but he made Gage Gonzalez look like it was nothing, which is, no offense to Gage, he's wicked fast. But, wow. Ed Kerstetter dipping into the pits, the P28 Porsche. Diving in there. Nate Lamlin still lapping around. And I heard you say that Nate Lamlin a little off pace. He's at a 159.9.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going a little slow.
Yeah. He's going a little slow compared to his regular pace.
Yes.
But he is still freaking rapid.
And I think, in all honesty, I want to say that NML Racing BMW, they took extra fuel to last. They're going for an overcut, which is why his pace is a little bit off compared to those around him.
Yeah, that could be. What do you think about the new Ferrari, Blue?
I think it's the 296?
I don't know anything about it, so...
It looks, aesthetically, it looks really cool. I'm excited to see it in WEC. I don't think it's doing IMSA, but I am excited to see it in the World Endurance Championship. Coming up, they're doing 12 hours of Sebring here soon, so I'm stoked. It looks really cool, aesthetically. Not a big Ferrari guy, though, so... Oh, speaking of Italian machinery, Brian Canapan, once again, bumping and grinding in that Yit Cows Racing Special Edition McLaren.
And it's in IMSA, not WEC.
Oh, it's the reverse. Okay. Thank you. Did I get corrected by chat?
Yes. Definitely didn't get corrected by me. Like I said, I don't know anything about it.
Thank God. That would have been awkward. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking of the Ferrari hypercar. I'm excited to see how Schwartzman does, honestly, hypercar. You know Schwartzman.
Yes.
You follow F1, so yeah. Robert Schwartzman is going to be racing the hypercar along with, Formula One Jesus, Antonio Giovinazzi. So that'll be cool. But I was a big fan of the 488. I liked the way the 488 looked. I am also pumped to see the 29. I think it's the 296. I really want to see it in the game. Hopefully, within a week or two, we're gonna have a big ACC update. So I will be interested to see how those cars, if they're like crazy broken or not. We're getting a new Lambo, new Ferrari, and GT2 cars? Question mark.
What is your background noise? Blue, do you have background noise, or am I crazy?
It could be I have a pipe right above my head that runs water.
Is it running currently?
If you're hearing background noise, yes.
Okay. I was just wondering what it was. Okay. I thought it sounded like I didn't have like something muted, and I was listening to a car.
No, I believe it is a pipe. It's directly above my microphone.
Oh, that's perfect.
You betcha. We get the little bit of a weird studio setup here at Silverstone, since it is an old track. You don't have the pipe above your microphone. It's right above mine.
Yeah, I'm in the other room actually, as we do have individual sound booths here, and so they didn't really put that one in, or they didn't think about that one too much, did they?
No, they didn't. Apparently I'm in what's called the janitor's closet, quote unquote. They said it was a special room for me. So, Marc-Antoine Landry. So we get back to some racing here.
Yeah,
Marc-Antoine Landry.
Chat doesn't hear it, so we're all good.
Hunting down Cobus. And Landry trying to make this move stick. Kobus not letting him off the hook so easy. And there he goes, Marc-Antoine Landry. Marc-Antoine Landry is fast.
Yeah, he's already made his pit stop, too.
Yeah, and a little, hey, what's up, hello flashing from Kobus, I believe is what I saw there.
Not sure why.
Yeah, I don't know either. Maybe like good pass. It had to. We'll go with the positive affirmation.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. Vivacious in chat. Hello. I don't know if I said hi.
Great name. I still think tier 1 awful falafel. Quinn Smith hunting down Cologne here. Oh, I thought they were gonna make contact.
Cologne.
I'm putting some English on it, you know? I'm putting some racing pizzazz on Will's name.
Oh, man, TJ Washed going backwards here.
And Kobus diving into the pits. That 07 Mercedes. Currently only driver in the pit besides Jilson Cruz, who I believe has been in there for a little while.
Oh, nice send from Niall Leroy Brown Schleter there, and almost got collected by Aaron Kuhn into the back, but luckily gets by, no issue.
And we've seen quite a bit of a spread now as drivers pit and battles have kind of calmed down, where we've got 40 minutes left in the race. I think we'll see some convergence again. But for right now, it has kind of settled here at the warpath that they call Silverstone.
Yeah, there's been a good bit of contact this race, in particular from a couple drivers, not even just from like.
I love how you went to Eric Gakassian as you said that. That was pretty funny.
I'm glad you noticed, because yes, I did that intentionally.
And the leader that was leading the race, man, I have a way with words, don't I? The 48 Aston of Will Collin will be coming in the pits, serving his pit stop. Wes Hepburn, who I believe pitted earlier in the race, should be bumping up. He's currently P3. Casey Schutte in the 444. Aston Martin Garage 17. Sitting in P2. And Quinn Smith, that beautiful, beautiful Lexus number 10 car, sitting in P1 where it should be, where it rightfully belongs. Mike is going to get very, very sick of hearing me
praise the Lexus. I don't mind. I don't mind. It's fine.
The 40 of the Yitcows Racing Special Edition Lamborghini, driven by Brian Canapan, into the pits now.
Driven by Brian Canapan for now.
Yes, yeah, we will. Yeah, we'll see how that relationship goes.
Gonna need to have a team meeting after this one for sure.
No, in all honesty, I love Brian. He's a good dude. Hasn't been sim racing in a little while. Got a new car. Went on some vacations. He's been busy with work. He actually is part of the digital design team for Ford Motor Company. So.
Wow.
Yeah, very
exciting.
Cool. There's some words that I want to say to you, Mike, but we're live. Gage Gonzalez hunting down Nate Lamlin on my screen right now. And look at it's Carlos?
Yes.
Yeah, Carlos Guzman. Well, I'm reading tiny little font here, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Carlos Guzman. Oh, and there's a Stooch Racing car. Look at those guys. Wowzers.
Brian Canapan is a freaking rock in the way right now.
Yeah, he is impeding the progress of the battle behind him. And look at that. The Porsche, that's Jace Wright, controller GOAT. Jace Wright in the 24 Porsche, getting past both Bronson Turner and Carlos Guzman, and then Bruno Pio right behind him. This nice little pack here. And that Stooch Racing car still alive. I think we had Dalton Oxborough of Stooch Racing had a engine failure.
Thank you, Wordad, for the follow.
Oh man, this is a nice little battle between P20 Sorry, P19 and P5. You got Smith, Engelman, Pio, Guzman, Turner, Wright, and none other than the current driver for Yitcows Racing, Brian Canapan.
Jeez, this is a scrap. This is a knife fight in a phone booth.
It is, and maybe one of these guys potentially brought a firearm, because there's got to be a move happening soon. Brian Canapan back into the pits. He was just in the pits.
You're going to need to have a serious meeting with your driver.
Oh, Bruno Pio almost caused a little bit of explosion in this phone booth. He is going to get overtaken.
Oh, no! And then we see Jeremy Engelman making contact with Jace Wright. Let me look at the people.
Let me look at the people.
Go back and check that out. See what happened from a bird's eye view here. As we see Jet getting by Bruno Pio.
Yeah, Engelman, nice move there.
Ooh,
and too much speed.
Yep.
And both of them, nice little synchronized move there.
Little Tokyo drift.
Yeah, deja vu action. Brian Canapan leaving the pits now. I don't know what happened there. Quinn Smith, who was leading the race in that beautiful Lexus. Now into the pits, Casey Schutte. Papa Schutte in the 444. Currently leading the race as he has a professor who's about to hand him an assignment as a blue flag. Professor Chronotis currently sitting in P32. Wes Hepburn got a little bit of a ways to go to get to Casey Schutte. He's got Blaine Hall, James Rolfe, and the professor himself. But Wes Hepburn's got the pace. Let's see if he can get it done. Wes Hepburn also holding fastest lap. Yes, 150.
8-2.
Thank you. Yes. No. His best lap is a 157.9. He is P2, but he is lapping at a 150. His best lap is a 157.9, where Schutte is at a 158.8. Woof. That is a second difference. The Guzman still trying to hunt down that Stooch Racing McLaren. And has actually gone back and forth between those two guys, because at one point, the Stooch Racing McLaren was right behind that Aston Martin of Guzman. So,
of which Guzman?
Carlos.
Okay.
I apologize. There are two. I'm also I've got a little bone to pick with the Guzmans. Neither of them decided to go V12.
True.
I just think that was a little bit of a cop-out. Oh, man. Well, Cologne taking over TJ Washed.
Yeah, TJ yet to pit. He is not fighting these whatsoever.
Yeah, Padberg.
Although he is kind of fighting Padberg.
Yeah, he's kind of duking out with...
Although he's going to yield. He's not going to...
Yeah, I think those tires are probably a lot more run down than Padberg's and Cologne's. I'm still waiting for... Casey Schutte's dropped down into 9th as it stands right now. Wes Hepburn taking the lead back over.
And the FRT Honda NSX doing a great job.
Yeah, the Berta boy, as I've nicknamed him.
Currently, Canadians 1-2.
Yep, Marc-Antoine Landry, opposite sides of the country for sure. But Marc-Antoine Landry, P2 in that 711 Audi, and Landry can throw that Audi around, man. He is fast. He participated in Box 3's NA Cup, and I did not know who he was. And then I watched him race, and I've never been blue flagged more in my life. Ed Kerstetter sitting P28 and P3. The 20, not P28. He is the 28 Porsche in P3. I apologize.
And Eric Chen here trying to hunt down Ed Kerstetter on slightly older tires. His tires are about 3 laps older, 2 laps older, I think, actually, than Ed Kerstetter. So not the biggest difference, but Ed with a little bit more rubber and able to keep the pace up for right now. Behind them, we have Estefano Barrera and Gage Gonzalez going at it. This is the Colombian, and Gage is Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
Apex Venom, thank you for the follow.
Yeah, the Puerto Rican esports racing team, comprised of Gage Gonzalez and Ricardo Rivera. They could also probably add Kevin Rivera. They'd have a pretty stacked team.
Is Kevin Rivera Brazil, or is he Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's in the States, just like Gage Gonzalez. Gage Gonzalez also in the States, but Gage Gonzalez and James Rolfe, good buddies. Surprised they don't both drive the NSX, but I don't think James likes the NSX.
Raza back to P8? Yeah, honestly, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, after a serious collision early, he's actually moved up a position from Ricardo Rivera in P9's up 2 spots. TJ Washed is up 22 positions.
Wow.
Currently
he
our
pit though.
Yeah, that is true. He's currently our big winner as of right now, but I'm liking Gage Gonzalez, who's up 8 spots. Didn't qualify very well. He's raced really well, however. Eric Chen up 1 spot. Nate Lamlin down 3 spots. It's a little bit of a bummer for the Alpha Dog. Ed Kerstetter up 5 spots. Quinn
Huff.
Smith up 10 spots.
Huff in chat. Welcome, Huff.
Hi, Kev.
Hope your night's going well. Thanks for popping in, saying hi.
I'm just kidding. I love you. Love you, Huff. Huff's technically my boss, so I've both of my bosses in chat right now. I've got Eric, the boss Kakassian, and I have Kev Huffman. Of course, Kevin Huffman running big time admin over at Box 3. Box 3 Racing. Oh, they're McLaren.
That's Anthony in the back marker.
Taking a dive. And speaking of dives, Gonzalez and Barrera duking it out right now.
Whoa, yellow flags from Carlos Guzman and Bronson Turner. They've come together.
I would think eventually they would.
This was after that car went off. Interesting. We went away from this. What happened here? Oh, late on the brakes. Oh, and he stops and waits. Feels bad. Carlos Guzman does.
Does he wait?
Never mind. He was waiting for the other traffic to get by.
Carlos says, fine, whatever. I'll see you later, man. Yeah, that 139 Aston just cranking. What?
Okay. And there's Jeremy, the Noobs R Us owner. Yep. Nobody.
Yeah. Jeremy Cubbage. He's that's right. Yeah, he's also technically my boss. Got a lot of people in here that
I'm also your boss in a way. The stream boss, Mike the stream boss.
Mike the stream boss Nause, yes. I'm under a lot of people. That didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Gage Gonzalez still trying to hunt down Estefano Barrera. They're just duking it out. They are postmarked with each other. And Ali Raza is right by Gage Gonzalez, who would really like to get away from Ali Raza. Ali Raza is on a scorcher of a weekend, providing some great racing in Imola, and making his way to Silverstone for this one.
Why don't we ride along here, get the full onboard lap with Wes Hepburn.
Let's see what he does.
Comes heading here onto the start-finish straight. Heading down towards Cops. Just trying to not scrub the tires, basically. That's all his goal is right now, as he has a fairly decent lead over the likes of Landry. 7 and a bit seconds over, well, yeah, 7 and, yeah.
And a lot of cars in his way as well.
Yeah.
You take a look at those blue markers there, Blaine Hall, Guzman, and Get Cows Racing, Brian Canapan.
Now heading down the hangar straight towards Stowe, looking for the braking marker after the curbing. I'm just trying to get that car rotated in on the throttle as early as possible. A little hesitant there, having to get on the throttle twice. Heading down towards the club, or the Vale chicane, and through club onto the Lewis Hamilton straight.
A little interesting there. He hits the curbs at the club, which usually slow you down,
especially in the Honda.
And not a chance for Wes Hepburn. No way, Jose. Speaking of Jose, currently sitting in P30. Oh no, Ali Raza cranked a curb right through the Vale chicane there.
Ooh, as you mentioned it.
Yeah. That's a bit of a bummer. A little bit. Kostovic hunting down Ricardo Rivera.
Also, please don't call me the stream daddy. I don't like it.
Oh. Thank you. I do. That is fantastic. That is content gold.
Gingers are built different?
You betcha. You betcha.
I have a ginger beard. Does that count?
Is that Atomic Beauty saying that?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, Wes and myself, if you put each other together, I'm just a fatter version of Wes. So,
wow.
Oh, Coasty, look at that, the VR man himself. I thought that was going to be a move. He sets himself up though, for a nice inside line. Kostovic knows what he's doing. Look at that. So does Rivera though. They're both fantastic drivers. Oh man, Rivera just dipping his toe into the gravel there. That loses all that exit speed. And Kostovic says, thank you very much, and takes on P9.
Wait, are you calling Blue funnier than Wes?
I'm hilarious. Thank you. I'm humble about it too, as you can tell.
Yes, you are. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Well, Wes is quicker than you, Blue.
Wes is... funny enough, I'm actually partnered up with Mr. Wes Hepburn for an endurance series. I got tangled into that, and I told Wes, I was like, dude, you know I'm way slower than you, right? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. I just want to vibe. And I'm like, you want to be frustrated as all get out? He's like, doesn't matter. I just want to vibe. I'm like, all right, go for it. Let's do it. So him and I are taking on the M4 for the Tracklicious 6-hour series, which I will be leaving Mike solo for as well. Sorry, buddy.
Lame.
Lame indeed.
Also,
I'll pop in when I crash out eventually.
Please don't. Mike the Stream Daddy Nause is how I should be introduced. I don't agree.
Oh man, that's gonna be fun. Ricardo Rivera had a nice run on Coasty, and he lost it. Let's see what happened there. A little picture-in-picture moment. I think he was just a little late on the brakes, or was it unassisted? Yeah, late on the brakes.
Hate to see it.
Yep. It's a little rough for the 53. Still top 10 though, so you can't really... I mean, being top 10 amongst these guys, I would still take it. Also, Guzman having a little bit of an issue here.
Which one?
Blaine Hall. Was it Blaine Hall and Guzman coming together? No, Blaine Hall is just going wide.
Man, Kenneth Smith and Bruno Pio, these guys are going at it. This KB Gaming West 357 car is really doing everything it can, but Pio is doing everything he can. And
I love that livery. Yeah, so we've seen Bruno Pio in the middle of a lot of dogfights. And he's battling, he's got a time second penalty, 10-second time penalty. So he's really just trying to maximize the effort that he's got here. And going into the gravel isn't going to help there, my man.
Oh my goodness, Dan Locke with a 7-month Prime sub.
Let's go, Daniel Versosa, man.
You hate that notification?
We love that notification. We love it. We appreciate you using your Prime sub, Danny V. Very cool guy. We were giving you a shout out for running the Porsche Cup series. And Bruno Pio, still trying to defend away from Kenneth Smith. Yeah,
Oh.
Danny, we were giving you some love with the Porsche Cup Series. Casey Schutte hunting down his buddy Mike Burkhoff. Mike Burkhoff in the 488. That slow pig Ferrari. I'm glad I've got the livery this week. Professor Kronotis handing out some.
I was trash talking pit strategy. I'm sorry.
What was that?
I was trash talking Dan Locke's pit strategy again.
Oh yeah?
I apologize. But also,
oh, because he had the early
content.
pit. Yeah, he did.
It's for the content. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, it is. Mike and I are supposed to be the heels to you guys. We're supposed to motivate you to do better. So that way we don't have anything to talk trash about. But we'll find something for sure. Like Professor Kronotis trying to find someone to hand out some extra credit to, but he's kind of all alone right now. Speaking of all alone, Casey Schutte is not. Casey Schutte's, like I said, hunting down his buddy Mike Burkhoff. That 74 Ferrari. That 488. I'm interested to see if Burkhoff maybe switches to the 296 when it comes out. He's really dialed in the setup for the 488. Him and I were talking in late night conversations while he was getting that car set up. He's really tried to hone in that suspension because the suspension is weird on the 488.
Yeah, P12 to P6. I will admit, I'm really bad at judging pit strategies. Yeah. I'm bad at judging weather, and I'm bad at judging pit strategies. Those are two things that you probably shouldn't listen to me for, even though that's like my job to talk about.
Oh man, Carlos Guzman had an electrical issue as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, his electronics catching fire and having to pull over to the side of the road and get pushed away by the marshals.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. Not how you want Silverstone to go for you. But classic that we're in Britain and the electronics failed. Gage Gonzalez still trying to hunt down Estefano Barrera. They are just duking it out.
Ooh, here we go.
I love it.
Casey Schutte and Mike Burkhoff. These two have managed to find each other on track here, and Casey Schutte is looking like he has a good amount of pace over Mike. Kenneth Smith and Bruno Pio, though, this battle that's been going on for so long, what has managed to happen between these two? As we see Bruno leading over Kenneth. Oh, and Kenneth coming in hot, and yeah.
Oh, late on the brakes. That's a hard hit, too, on that AMG. And Smith doing a good job waiting for him. But yeah, Burkhoff and Schutte have been going at it for a good 3 laps. Schutte not letting Burkhoff relax at all.
Yeah, Mike's managed to find a little bit of a gap, about a second for right now at 488. Looking quite strong. We'll see if he can stay ahead. That Aston Martin, though, this is the British home turf field for him.
British home turf
Shut
field.
up. I know what I said.
Just point it out. Look at how close Casey Schutte getting hungry hippo on Mike Burkhoff. Didn't pay off with the late breaks.
Alter it back in chat.
That went about as well as expected. Well, hey, Blaine. You tried it, you showed up, you crashed. It's how it goes when you take a break, man, but not too bad. You're faster than me even taking a break, so. Quinn Smith putting some pressure on Jakob Padberg at Garage 17. Aston getting a lot of work and a lot of screen time between Casey Schutte and Jakob Padberg. Look at Gage Gonzalez just glued to the rear of Estefano Barrera.
Yeah, these two Hondas looking really strong here. Lapping just under 2 minutes for Gage Gonzalez, 159.7, and 2 minutes dead for Estefano.
Well, Versosa, the thing is that Jet isn't in the Porsche Cup. I think if Jet participated in Porsche Cup and everybody else was in a Porsche Cup, he'd probably be winning. Jet loves those cars. But it does speak to the competitiveness of this field because Jet's a pretty good driver. Gage Gonzalez usually smokes everybody in P7. He's used to a P1 position where he races. Oh, we should have signed him in the S. Well.
Yeah,
Big old AMG.
Hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, if the AMG is good enough for Rafael Marcial, it's good enough for you, right?
Who is P1 and who is P2? We have Wes Hepburn, who has been leading this race very dominantly this entire fashion. Also, I switched off of the battle as it was happening. Which
I've been on it in...
Okay.
Oh, Quinn Smith. Oh, man, he goes a little sideways. He loses out on that battle to Jakob Padberg. Cranks it. That's a bummer. Ricardo Rivera hunting down the 48 Aston Martin of Will Cologne. Yeah, it is a all-Canadian lockout right now for P1, P2.
Yeah, Ed Kerstetter, the American, sneaking into P3 for right now. Just coming across the line to finish his 36th lap on, or 37th lap, excuse me.
And we have 15 minutes left in this endurance race. This is also a tough first race for you, Blaine, because it's a 90-minute enduro and you got some serious competition. And look at Gage Gonzalez, just wanting the back of that FRT NSX.
Yeah, but the FRT has a really good run here and the inside line coming into Maggots and Beckett's, and I think he'll be able to hold that position. Gage Gonzalez is going to have to go for the exit onto the hangar straight. Look at making a move into Stowe here.
Oh my goodness gracious. And the NSX top end is wicked quick. So we'll see how these guys stay competitive. Of course, there's the aero advantage that Gage Gonzalez is going to have, being in that little air pocket right behind the FRT. No contact.
Ooh, trying to take the long way around, but ran out of track.
Yeah. And I apologize. I was a little behind of what I was talking about. Thanks to the guys in the truck. Jeez.
Were you watching the Twitch stream?
I was, yes. I was being a silly little goose.
Thank you, Omar Moore, for the follow. Much appreciated. Thanks, everyone, for being here tonight. Enjoying some awesome pro racing here. As we see, Casey Schutte did manage to get by Mike Burkov, but Mike Burkov is not giving up just yet.
The fun part here is Ali Raza has now come with that battle between Gonzalez and Barrera. Ali Raza is now snuck in there and said, "Hey, I want a little chunk of this. Let me see what we can do up here."
Yeah, Ali Raza with a really, really good recovery drive. I mean, honestly, but he is in the pro team for a reason, the Trackalicious pro team. And yesterday,
they got a nice big P1 at the SRA Imola 5-hour enduro. So kudos to him and Kyle Hollywood Square.
Raza's on cooldown from yesterday's win. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is probably a little easy for Ollie today.
And yeah, it is a shame that Hollywood Squares isn't in this one.
Oh man, Ricardo Rivera still gunning down Will Cologne. I honestly like Rivera here in the NSX. I think he can make it stick. Especially if Cologne happens to go wide.
Whoa! How did this happen?
There goes Ali Raza.
Managed to get by Gage Gonzalez really quickly. Let's go back and take a look at that. Was there a mistake from Gage, or did Ali Raza just do the savage overtake into Stowe here? And I think he did just that. With the massive overspeed, Ali Raza down the inside.
And we saw Ali Raza do this earlier in the race too. Just outbrake his opponent and get it done. So he trusts that Aston a lot.
And then Gage Gonzalez goes and picks up a drive-through penalty just to add insult to injury.
And that's a bummer because Gage is driven pretty well, and the way he's battled Barrera and whatnot,
Yeah, that's going to put a hamper on his time.
Let's take a look and see. Wes Hepburn, I know, is more than likely barking at some blue flags behind him. He was hunting down Matt Artem in the 414. Audi still leading the race, however, by a fairly good margin. He's got 2 cars in between him and Marc-Antoine Landry, and quite a gap as well.
A bit further down the field, Professor Carnotis has managed to find the likes of the Stinky Cheese Man, Jason Provolone. We'll see if he can get anything done here into Stowe. He's going to have to do a reenactment of what Ollie did here, but backs out. Oh, but that's way too deep for Jason Provolone.
And the 747, it loses 2. I think that was 2 positions.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that is a bummer. Guzman, the other Guzman brother, hopping in there and saying, "Why did you take that line? That was really weird. I'm going to take the position. Have a nice day." And he's gone.
He did exactly that.
Provolone's a little too far back. I thought he maybe would try to tighten that battle up, but it didn't happen.
Gage Gonzalez is stranded on track and picked up some severe damage. He's all on his lonesome here, so looking like he had some contact with the barrier.
I think he was just overdriving a little bit.
Whoa. Dude, he caught air.
He did. I think he wanted some screen time. Just kidding. That sucks. I wonder if that is maybe an electrical issue or a disconnect. Could have been a disconnect.
I think it was. He's no longer in the race.
Yeah, that is a bummer. Yeah, the fact that he started floating was pretty wild.
Yes.
And Jose Guzman, after he ruthlessly overtook Provolone, he's gunning for some chrono right now. And he gets it done. Guzman, not a guy to give a teacher an apple.
What?
I gotta make a bunch of teacher jokes for chrono.
I mean, I guess. Looking a bit further up the field, Jakob Padberg here.
I also have a the Yitcows Special Edition Lamborghini has succumbed to technical failures. So there was a severe suspension issue with the car, having to retire. So,
from the team principal himself of the Yitcow Racing Lamborghini.
Yep, yeah. Brian Canapan just sent me a message that just said it was a Stitch GIF that said sorry.
Oh my goodness, Carlos.
So that is okay.
Carlos smoking the show as well. After getting dropped out of the race, he ends up dropping a subscription here on the stream. Thank you very much.
What's this? This is a thing?
Now. And yeah, big shout out to Elmer for being in the P Cup and still battling as he is in this Lexus. Battling with TJ Washed right now. In fact, side by side with him down the inside.
He's in the what?
The Toyota? Is that what you meant?
It's the false Toyota, yes.
Thank you, Carlos.
We love a sub. We love smoking the show, don't we? Bronson Turner?
I don't know if Bronson Turner's doing... Oh, he's in P16. Down in the Stooch McLaren.
Yeah, Eric Chen trying to get a podium. We're late in the race, 7 minutes left, and the 69 Bentley, nice, is trying to put some serious pressure on Ed Kerstetter. I didn't have this on my bingo card, did you?
I most certainly did not either, and I think he is going to be trying to take it to the very end here.
Oh man, the straight line speed of the Bentley against the Porsche is a difference maker right there. And oh no, Eric Chen goes a little wide, clipping the curb, eating some grass. The Bentley is a lot more stable over the curbs than, say, the Porsche or the 488, but a little deep into the Vale chicane, and he's gonna miss out on. He was 2/10 away from Ed Kerstetter. Now he's 7/10 away, almost a full second.
Yeah, that was a very ambitious send into the chicane.
It was. I think it was an opportunity that he wanted to, say, maybe scare Ed into going wide. Didn't happen. Ed Kerstetter, nerves of steel. And that's tough when you have a Bentley. The Bentley in your rearview mirror is like looking at, I don't know, a monster behind you. It is very intimidating because it's so big.
As a McLaren driver, I can confirm.
Yeah, it's just beefy.
The McLaren, you're basically driving a go-kart, and when you have a monster truck like the Bentley behind you, it's rather intimidating when it's in your rearview mirror.
Here comes the grave digger. Yeah, exactly. I'm also appreciating the aggressiveness of Ali Raza. Just giving it to Estefano Barrera, who is just trying to survive right now at this point.
We saw Jakob Hadberg there taking a rally line. His teammate in front of him there, Casey Schutte.
And his Casey Schutte currently leading his championship-winning teammate. So that's some interesting paddock talk there.
Yeah, definitely a race to forget for.
Still right behind Will Cologne. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No worries. No, it's a race to forget for Padberg.
Patty the Batty.
Ali Raz is still trying to make gains onto Estefano, but not quite.
Yeah, that NSX straight line, but he's got that little bubble of air. Not gonna happen. And we've seen Ali Raz get nice and aggressive through Stowe, late on the brakes, making big sends down the inside. Didn't quite happen there with Barrera. I think he knows the skill that Barrera has to play defense, and he doesn't want to chance it. But man, that flying private fast, it looks so cool. Kudos to Jeremy Engelman for making that one.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
All three cars that he has out.
It's raining.
It's raining? For the last 4 minutes of the race, we have just a random curveball. But
okay.
George Elmer and Andreas Mastachero are side by side on slick tires going into some semi-decent rain. These are pretty good droplets.
And the Stooch racing car, Bronson Turner, has already succumbed to the rain.
Is that A. Kuhn or Bronson Turner?
No, that was Bronson.
Oh, A. Kuhn also went off.
Oh, wow. So the Stooch Racing guy is having a very unlucky matter of beginning of the rain.
Yeah, the McLaren in the rain with no rain tires.
It's normally pretty good. Oh, and there goes Devin Anthony.
Really?
It's
the McLaren in the rain without rain tires is pretty good as we watch one spin out.
And
really,
it has been like the only car to spin out so far, but I do assure you the McLaren is, at least when I played a couple of years ago, was amazing in the rain.
Hey, chat, can we get an X to doubt, please? Look at Matt Artem.
Oh no! Don't look at Matt Artem anymore.
Oh man, Matt Artem trying to get a little dicey, slice and dice, ends up slicing and dicing himself out of that position. Man, and Mastachero was just, all right, do what you want.
We're side by side, Ali Raza.
Oh my goodness. And he goes a little wide.
This is a switchback of dreams, though. This is perfect. He's going to get the exit. Oh, but Honda runs wide and carries the speed.
Barrera is so good at defending. And you see it here. Look at this. Just taking that every single opportunity that Raza has. Shut the door. No soup for you, says Barrera.
Oh, my.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Side by side again? Look at this.
They make contact. Just brief contact.
Yeah, a little argy-bargy Rubbins racing, boys. That's all right.
And Ollie Raz is through, but is Estefano going to challenge back around the outside? He's going to take the... Oh, they make contact again! And he gets forced off the track.
Man.
But he's going to have the inside line for the next corner into the club. Oh, and there's contact in Ollie Raz's round!
Oh, no. What a great battle. What a sour end. No way. Let's take a look at that again. The Sargento cheese replay.
Oh, is just both of them running deep, and Estefano just going into the side of him and hitting the gas.
There's just no grip, I think.
No, not on the
both
slick tires.
Yeah, that is, I'm on board with Eric Chen right now, and he's frantically switching settings on the wheel, bumping up that TC, bumping up that brake bias, maybe even changing the engine map a little bit. But he's still trying to hunt down Ed Kerstetter, and kudos to Eric Chen. Only Bentley on the field, and he's hunting down probably one of the better cars in the game in that Porsche.
TJ Washed getting out of the way really nicely for the other drivers.
Nice blue flag move there. Provided a little bit of aero advantage to Ed Kerstetter, actually, coming down that straight. Oh, late on the brakes is Eric Chen. He went deep there last time. He stays in control this time, keeping it tight.
Oh, that Audi getting... Yeah. Oh, and that's going to hold up the Bentley a little bit.
Oh, that's Matt Artem. Oh, and he got squirrely.
I think that's going to be the end of the charge for Chen.
I think so as well. We got 15 seconds left, getting squirrely again. We're on board with him still. And Kostovic and Raza going to come together. Guys that have raced together for a while.
Oh, man, they almost quite literally came together there.
Yeah.
Oh, and around the outside, going for an off-the-track overtake. Ollie Raza defends it, just Kostovic backs out.
Oh, no! Eric Chen and Artem make contact.
Oh, no. I need to go back and see that.
Oh, and Chen dropped down into P5. Congratulations to Wes Hepburn. Getting the second win of the season. Oh, no way.
Unfortunate.
Oh, man, that is sucky finish. Marc-Antoine Landry coming across the line in P2. Ed Kerstetter, P3.
This is going to go down to the start-finish line here.
Yeah,
whoa, the back marker. Jesus. Oh, and they make contact. This is going to be a scrap. Who is going to come ahead? Ollie Raza was ahead for most of this. In front of Joseph Kostovic. Is Kostovic going to get enough run to the line? I don't think he will. No. I think the Aston Martin is going to come out on top here and manage to finish in front.
Oh, man.
The rain at the very end there.
Wiper blades going nuts. Ricardo Rivera and Will Cologne coming together too. Kenneth Smith and Jeremy Engelman, they're duking it out for P17, P18. Two Astons going to come together. Their battle's going to go to the line as well.
Oh, no. Oh, wait, no, that's after the
line. Quinn
no,
Smith
it's after the line.
P11.
It's after the line. It's fine. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, we're good.
Is it? No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Quinn Smith spun before the line.
Oh, Quinn.
I think. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, he finished. He's got checkered flag. Jeremy Engelman trying to hold off Kenneth Smith.
Does look like the 357 is not going to be able to catch here. A couple more corners to go. The weather at the very end, they're throwing a spanner into the works that no one could have predicted.
Wow. Made things fun. A lot of guys, no one, obviously you have 5 minutes left in the race, 4 minutes left in the race. Smith's got an opening there. Didn't quite take it, but you're not going to pit with 4 minutes left. You're just going to change settings, let your car do the work. But that is, wow, that was fun, man.
Yeah, that was an insane race.
And unfortunately, we weren't on board with Wes to watch the finish, but he had it well in hand. So kudos to Wes Hepburn and Marc-Antoine Landry, and a killer job by Ed Kerstetter to hold off Eric Chen. An unfortunate end for Eric there, but Nate Lamlin sneaks into that fourth position.
Yes, indeed. We have Ed Kerstetter here with us, our P3 finisher. Let's see, Marc-Antoine Landry and Wes Hepburn. I don't know if you guys are listening.
Green light, go, go, go.
If you guys could pop into the green room above.
But while we have Ed in here, we'll start with you because you're the bronze medalist for this race. This is 90 minutes of pretty much pure battle. Just kind of walk us through your P3 podium there.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. I think I started, I don't know where I started, 6th or 7th or something. Had some good luck the first few laps, got around some folks. And then kind of settled in, and I think P4-ish, somewhere around there after somebody pit. And then had a couple oh crap moments.
Little brown pants situations.
Several pairs. Went off track, but luckily was able to keep it together, keep it at least facing somewhat forward, and worked out.
And we were watching Eric Chen right behind you. Of course, he was hunting you down towards the end there. It was getting nice and close, and then the rain happened, and he got bumped into by Matt Artem. But how was that? We were talking about it in the broadcast of the Bentley coming after you when you're in a much lower car has got to be a little intimidating. What were you seeing behind you?
Yeah, I definitely saw him get closer and closer. I had miscalculated fuel by a few liters, and so the last 3 laps, I ended up having to go into like basically slow, whatever the slow map is.
So no big deal. You ran a P3 with a fuel map 4, huh? Not bad.
Yeah, worked out. I think I was at a 9 at one point on the Porsche, just like because I was that low. But luckily, with the rain came, we hit some lap cars and allowed me to kind of take it a little bit easy. And I don't know what happened to him. He was closing pretty quick, and then he went off track. I don't know if he got into a lap car or he got on the curb.
Yeah, a little bit of contact plus a curb. But hey, and heck of a drive.
Had a good race. He was fast.
Yeah, that Bentley's fun around Silverstone. I'm a Bentley stan. So, but yeah, kudos to you, Ed, hitting the podium and getting ready for next week, right?
Awesome. Yep. Thanks, guys. Yeah, getting ready. Where are we at next week?
That is for us to know.
We are going to be at Imola.
Oh boy.
Emilia Romagna.
Yeah,
Circuit de Enzo Ferrari.
Let's go. Love Imola. Great track. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, should be good.
All right, Wes, get in here. I want to hear the Berta boy, and I would love to hear from P2.
I don't know if we're going to get anyone else.
Marc-Antoine Landry.
I don't think we're getting anyone else. I think that's just going to have to be it. So, Kerstetter, you're all good to go.
Thanks for popping in, buddy.
Thank you.
We are going to be ending this stream. Thank you guys all for watching. We are going to be rating I Suck at This, Jake Wells.
Oh, Jake Wells. What a man. What a myth.
Yes,
what a legend.
Indeed. A very, very awesome content creator. Make sure you guys go say hi to him. Hit the follow button. And thank you guys all for joining us tonight. All the subscriptions, all the follows. You guys are awesome. Really motivating us to keep up what we're doing. So thank you guys. Can't thank you enough. Here, Mike Nause, joined by my boy Blue, next to me here in Silverstone. And yeah, we're going to send the raid over, so make sure you guys go say hi. Thank you guys, and have an amazing evening.
Let's go to Italy.
Indeed.